Hello. Let me show you 5 things I love about Adobe Express. This content is a paid partnership with Adobe Express.
Okay, so the first feature that I love about Adobe Express is commercially safe generative AI. So you can generate with AI. You see it at the top under the quick and easily featured area. And you'll see that there's generate image, remove objects, insert objects, and generate template, generate text effects, generate video, generate similar. And so from there, I can just say generate image, goes to the top, and I can just describe what I'd like to see. So spring on a sunny day, something like that. And then as you can see at the bottom, I just hit the generate button, and you'll see the preview progress bar on the right, and then 4 different variations on the left. Pretty fast. And so the first one is kind of like a photo focused, which is related to Adobe stock photos. But I can go up to the top, and where it says content type, I can just switch that to, say, art. And then when I hit generate again, you get a new 4 variations with a illustration art kind of style. Pretty fast. And there is the 4 different variations. So then you can click on that one and then add text and other elements to your design. The second thing I love about Adobe Express, or feature I love, is Adobe Stock and Adobe Fonts. Adobe Express provides access to over 200 million royalty-free Adobe Stock photos, as well as, of course, videos, music tracks, and design elements for users with a membership. Additionally, it includes the complete Adobe Fonts collection with over 30,000 fonts for creative projects. So here we are, and I just chose, say, a Instagram-sized document or post, and then I just click on Media, and as you can see here, I just click on Photos at the top, and there's a bunch of featured free, wellness, animals and pets, beauty and fashion, abstract and textures, flat lays, people, etc. And then I could just go to, say, view all, and you get a huge selection here. And then if I just go back, I could just search photos, type in any theme, such as spring, hit return, and you get a whole bunch of wonderful like backgrounds you can use that you can then, of course, add your text and animations. So one click, and there it is on my document. And then, of course, I can resize it or add it to the background. Also, as I said, Adobe Fonts. So if I click on the text, you get a whole bunch of different kind of preset or template stylized text. And yet, if you go up to search text, you can search for a different kind of theme, celebration, and then boom, you get all different kinds of celebration, stylized that's very fancy or very casual. And then you could also say add your text, and once you do that, you can of course edit your text to any titles or descriptions you want. But then you will then see that there's a recommended area of all the different font styles. And then here, when you click on this area, you see the different kind of exact font that you get. And then as you go down, there's a bunch of suggested fonts, and it gives you the WYSIWYG preview on the right. So what you see is what you get, the name of the font on the left, and the stylization of the font on the right. But 30,000 fonts, pretty nice. Wonderful options for media, for Adobe Stock and Adobe Fonts. I also love templates in Adobe Express. So you go over to the templates section on the left, click that, and you get all these options. So you can go through price, all free or premium, output style, so album cover, Amazon ad, blog graphic. You can also click view more and get plenty of other different kind of layout output options. Style, you have abstract, avant-garde, bohemian, bold, bright, and more. The mood, go dark, dramatic, dreamy, gritty, groovy, and view more. Happy, joyful, mellow, mysterious, neutral. And type, you can have static, animated, multiple page templates, or video templates. And as you can see under region, you can choose a specific region, or you can say global, and in my case, United States. And then here are some of the templates you see on the right side. If I just scroll down, fantastic variety. Anything from yoga to soccer to spring. And then what will happen is if I click on any of them, you can then customize that template. And then there it is over on the right side, and then you can change the text. But yeah, plenty of options with templates in Adobe Express. Another thing I love in Adobe Express is complex edits in a single click. You can resize for multiple social channels or generate images in bulk, all in one file. So here I have an image on the right, monsters dance. And then if I go up top, the different icons, there is the resize one, top left. So then over on resize on the left, you can see all the different options. So currently the size is 1080 by 1080. It also defaults, reads what you have used recently, and tells you that you can use custom 1080 by 1334 or 1080 by 1333, very similar. Or you can go to the different, browse the different sizes, social media, video, photo. So as an example, if I go to social media, you can see it's already an Instagram square post, but I can make it an Instagram story, Instagram reel, just pretty much the same size. But you can also go to Instagram ad. So as an example, I could say Instagram story. I could also click over here to Facebook, and I could say, let's see, maybe make it a Facebook profile cover, just for the sake of it. And you, of course, TikTok or YouTube, so YouTube video. So I could say duplicate and resize at the bottom. When I click on that, you can see resize in progress, and there it creates 3 different sizes in a matter of seconds. Of course, you can then go down to the ones where it got cut off, and you can edit them more to make them fit even better. But it does a pretty good job of going from, like, say, a square into a vertical. Pretty good. Bulk resizing in Adobe Express. The 5th thing I love in Adobe Express is staying in sync with my favorite apps. Adobe Express is the only solution that seamlessly integrates with the apps I already use, including Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and PDF powered by Acrobat. So here, as you can see in the top, it says start from your content. I just click on that, and then there is a PSD image, .psd, which is a layered Photoshop file. And then I can just click the open button, and it's telling me that it can place the PSD as a linked image. Copy your PSD file to the cloud, add it to a new Adobe Express file as a linked image, or you can go to convert PSD to an Adobe Express file. So when you click on that, I can just hit convert. As you can see, it's creating your Adobe Express file, evaluating it, uploading it. So you see a progress bar up top. Pretty quick though. Cute little animations too. Pretty quick. Matching opacity and blend modes. Finding type layers, matching fonts. So it keeps the integrity of the original file. So converting from PSD and loading into Adobe Express. And then there's my file. And so if you look over, you'll see here's the image, but you'll see that it retains the layers. So this is the top layer. This is a second layer. So the top layer has that. Second layer, that's third layer. Adjust so you can adjust accordingly. And, I can even move them around. I can blend them together, but it retains all the layers, the different styles, and it seamlessly integrates. Pretty cool.